Hello guys, we will start another topic of engineering mechanics, which will be termed as resolution of forces, resultant of force, and laws based on the resultant of forces. So let's see what is one by one. Yes, resolution of forces. What is resolution of forces? Let us see that example. There is a beam or a member which is acted by two forces, that is 70 and 50 Newton, at an angle of 40 degree each. So for our calculation, everyone knows that equilibrium condition are three. So Fx, Fy, and summation moment. That is Fx is equal to 0, Fy is equal to 0, and summation moment is equal to 0. So analysis for analyzing that member. So we have to resolve that forces in x and y direction, because inclined forces are how we taken into account of inclined forces. So for this we have to resolve this member in orthogonal component. So resolution of 70 Newton force, first resolution along x direction, that is Fx, and second resolution is along Fy, that is along y direction, that is Fy. So what is the value of along x and y? So simply for x direction we will take cosine, and for y direction we will take sine angle. So for Fx is equal to 70 cos 40, and for Fy is equal to 70 sine 40. So resolution of 50 Newton force, that is same. Fx is equal to 50 cos 40 and Fy is equal to 50 sine 40. Hope you have got this point. What is resolution of forces? For our calculation we required in orthogonal resolution. So that's why we resolve the force in x and y component. So let's see what is next. So what is resultant of force system R? The resultant is a single force which produces same effect as produced by group of forces or all forces. Let's see in that figure. Let us see. So see in that figure, this is the group of forces, that is n number of forces, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for these all forces we have generated one resultant, that is R. So the effect of that R and the effect of that n number of forces will be same. So beside taking that all forces, we have to take the resultant R. So it will ease your calculation and will make tedious calculation to simple way. So that's why we have taken the resultant force system R. Hope you have got. So what is next? Let's see. What is laws on resultant? Yes, there are some laws to find out resultant of forces. First law is the parallelogram law. Let us see, if two forces acting on a body represented by magnitude and direction along two adjacent sides of parallelogram, then resultant is represented by diagonal of parallelogram, which passes through the point of intersection of sides representing force. Let us see, there are two forces. First is P and another is Q, which will be represented by the sides of parallelogram. This is the one side of parallelogram and this is the another side of parallelogram. So what our law says, if this condition is happen, then the resultant is directed towards the diagonal. This is the diagonal of parallelogram, okay, and which is passes through the point of intersection of side representing forces. The point of intersection is that is the point of intersection, okay. So the resultant will pass through this and it will be along the diagonal of the parallelogram. So what is the formula to find resultant? It is based on simple trigonometry. R is equal to root of p square plus q square plus 2pq cos theta. Yes, here theta is the angle between, let us see, theta is the angle between the two forces, that is p and q, angle between two forces. And what is tan alpha? Alpha is the inclination of resultant with respect to horizontal direction, that is alpha. Alpha is the inclination of resultant with respect to horizontal direction. It will be find out by p sin theta upon q plus p cos theta, or q sin theta upon p plus q cos theta. Let us see some tricks or some standard cases in law of parallelogram. First one is for various thetas. If the theta is equal to 180 degree, then our resultant will be minimum. Our resultant will be minimum, that is p minus q. Or if theta is over 0 degree, Then our resultant is our maximum. R is equal to R max, that is the summation of that two forces, that is P plus Q. If theta is our orthogonal or 90 degree, then our R is equal to root of P square plus Q square. If our two forces and resultant are equal, then our theta is equal to 120 degree. Okay. So what is the limitation of that law? So parallelogram law is valid for two concurrent force system having same nature and represented by adjacent side of parallelogram. So first of all, the condition is that there will be two concurrent force system. Second is they have same nature and must be represented by adjacent side of parallelogram. So that will be the limitation of that law. So we are using that law thoroughly to make our calculation regarding resultant. So that's it from the law. What is the next? Let's see. Yes, triangle law. There is a second law which will be based to find the resultant. Let us see what the law says. If two forces acting on a body represented in magnitude and direction of two sides of triangle taken in order, then resultant is represented in magnitude and direction by third side of triangle taken in opposite direction of forces. Yes, there is the same law. Parallelogram and triangle law are same. They are represented by two sides of parallelogram. Here they are represented by two sides of triangle. But the difference is that if the resultant is drawn for parallelogram, the resultant is directed in the same direction of forces. But for in triangle law, the resultant is directed toward opposite direction of forces. Here the resultant is R is equal to root of P square plus Q square minus 2PQ cos theta. Here is the minus sign due to the trigonometric function. If we consider the theta along this, so we have to need the theta is the angle between that forces. If there is here angle is theta, okay, then this angle must be equal to 180 minus theta. So cos 180 minus theta, if we put in parallelogram law, cos 180 minus theta is equal to minus cos theta. That's why we have got here minus. So there is a same or similarity between the two laws, but the difference is that I have marked in reading taken in opposite direction of forces. Taken in opposite direction of forces. That is the difference. And how will you find the direction of resultant by sine rule? The direction of resultant is found by sine rule only. What is sine rule? Each side of triangle is directly proportional to the sine of angle between other two sides. Okay. That is that P force is in proportion with sine of angle beta. Here I have plotted. That is Q force is in proportion with sine of angle gamma. And that resultant is in proportion with sine of angle alpha. That's simple. That how we found the angle of resultant. Okay. So hope you got the two laws. First is a parallelogram and second is a triangle. Let's see what's next. Let us erase. Okay, resultant of two or more than two forces by orthogonal resolution. Okay, let us see that is a this is our one quadrant, this is our second, this is third. Our forces are P, Q, and yes, they are the some. Let's consider that three forces are acting in each quadrant. So we have to these forces are inclined forces. So we have to resolve. Sorry, it will be print mistake. Here is a y diagram, and here is a x. So we have to resolve these forces along y and along x direction, and same we have to resolve this force along y and along x direction. So what is summation fx? Summation fx is algebraic sum of all forces along x direction. So we'll take the algebraic sum. This is the first force, that is here will be px, it will be directed to our right, so we have taken positive. Second is here qx, it is directed to our left, that is we have taken negative. Third is s into sx, it will be directed toward left, it will be marked as negative. So now summation fy, we will take the algebraic sum of all forces along y direction. So first is along y direction, it will be upward forces, so it will be taken as p y positive. Second will be upward forces, it will be taken as qy positive, but in the last it will be sy, it will be downward, so we have taken the negative. Okay, This will be give the summation fx and summation fy. So the resultant is the simple. It is the square root of summation fx square plus summation fy square. And the direction of resultant with horizontal will be find out by tan inverse of summation fx and divided by summation fy. Hope you guys have my point. That will be the resultant of two or more than two forces by the orthogonal solution. Now let us see what is next. A simple law regarding polygon. Yes, law of polygon of forces. It will be based something on parallelogram law. If any number of coplanar concurrent forces can be represented in magnitude and direction by sides of polygon taken in order, then their resultant will be represented by closing side of polygon taken in opposite order. Let us see. There are n number of forces. Forces 1, forces 2, force 3, 4, and 5. Let's start it to draw polygon. First of all, draw the polygon with magnitude 1, then start anti-clockwise, that is, sorry, start clockwise, 2, then magnitude 3, magnitude 4, magnitude 5. Okay, here will be the some error or some gap between that forces. The polygon doesn't join. It means that the polygon it should be joined, so that joining line is represented by the resultant magnitude. The magnitude of that joining line is represented by the magnitude of the resultant, but taken in what we have to take in opposite order. If that forces are along that side, so we have to take in opposite order. So this is the law of polygon of forces. Now here is a simple note. If the system is in equilibrium, then there is a no closing side, polygon joins perfectly. Okay, for system in equilibrium, there is a no closing side. So this force number 5 join perfectly with the end of force number 1. So if there is any discrepancy in joining that forces, then there will be error in your drawing. Otherwise it will be not. For equilibrium condition, the polygon join perfectly. So hope you have got my point. On that lecture we will see what is next. We have to see what is movement, what is couple, and laws based on that. So we'll see in the next part of engineering mechanics. So thank you for your support. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you guys.